Yes, lads, what's happening? And welcome to the 26th episode of the Little Running Irishman podcast. Sunday's episode we talk about my week of training. As you may know, if you watched last Sunday's episode of the podcast, I took a week break last week, and I was hoping that my injury, which I'll talk a little bit more now in a minute, would go away, and I'd be able to talk about my week of training this week. Not that it's a different week, just some other factors came into the play over the course of the week, but I'll talk about them now in a moment. But yeah, my injury did go away, and thankfully I was able to train this week, and I'm actually very thankful that I was able to train this week because I'll talk more about it again after we go through the week of training, because I'm back with the team. Today's Sunday. I'm back with the team on Tuesday. I'm absolutely buzzing, but I'll talk about that at the end of the episode. Yeah, back with the team on Tuesday. So yeah, that's why I'm thankful that I was able to train this week and keep up my fitness, because if I wasn't able to train this week, that'd be in a 2-week break, which yeah, it wouldn't have been ideal. It would have set me back a little bit more than I would have liked, because I've trained, as you may know, over the podcast, like hearing about my training. I've trained pretty hard over the whole of quarantine, being away from running. So I wanted to get back to running with the team and being able to show the hard work that I've done, and see if it's paid off. So that's why I'm thankful that I was able to train this week and keep up my fitness. So yeah, as you know, we're going to be talking about the week of training anyways, but before we do that, I want to say the winner of the last Sunday's giveaway has been announced over on littlerunningirishmen.official Instagram. I don't have it now because obviously I gave it away. I've already sent it away. The orange massage ball, basically, the past 2 Sundays I've had 2 giveaways sponsored by Black Roller Ireland there, if you're watching this on YouTube. Yeah, so the first week was a loop band. Yeah, basically that was the winner. That was sent off 2 weeks ago. That was sent to the winner. If you want to check out who won, go over to my Instagram, as I said, littlerunningirishmen.official. And last week there was another giveaway for a massage ball, once again from Black Roll Ireland, which the winner has been announced just now today over on my Instagram. So go check it out, see if you have won. Yeah, just wanted to mention that the giveaway was announced, and there are going to be more giveaways in the future. So make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on any of the podcast apps you're listening to me on, or on Instagram, to be kept up to date with all the giveaways that will be coming. So make sure to do that. I want to talk a little bit more about my injury and the week off I had last week. So I spoke a little bit about this on last Sunday's episode with the Jakob Ingebrigtsen episode. If you haven't listened or watched that episode, make sure after this one, go give that a listen or a watch, depending on what you're doing, listening to it on a podcast app or watching on YouTube. If you're interested in Jakob Ingebrigtsen, it's a great episode. A lot of work went into it, but yeah, I really enjoyed making it, so make sure to check it out. But last week, complete break due to Sunday 2 weeks ago. So today's Sunday, not last week, the week before that. While stretching for my 60-minute recovery run, and in my glute I got a sharp pain, and it wasn't when I ran. Well, actually, I lied there. After stretching there, and then I played football on the Monday after, and I played football, after my run on the Sunday and the Monday after. So yeah, it started hurting me really bad then again there. So then I thought it would just be for the day and then it'll go away. But then the Monday came along. I tried to go out for a run. Was it run? Yeah, it was just a run, and I started stretching again. No, actually, I decided to rest on Monday. That's it. I decided to rest on Monday because of my injury on Sunday. I tried rest on Monday to hopefully then be able to do my session on Tuesday. But once again, actually I did play football on Monday, so that probably wasn't the best idea. But once again, when I was stretching and getting warmed up for my session, the pain in my pelvis started back again, and I was talking to my dad and all about it, and we decided that I'll take the week off training. And it wasn't the best idea. It wasn't most ideal, because the week before that I just ran my furthest distance over the course of the week and set a new 5k PB. So I was at top peak fitness I've ever been, and then I had to take a week off. But a week wouldn't really change much, because I felt this week I basically felt the exact same. Maybe a little stiff at the start of the week that played a bit of a factor over the course of the week, because I took a week off. But yeah, no major differences. Anyway, when it came to how I performed this week. So yeah, that's why I took a week off last week. If anyone was wondering, I basically rest, ice, compress, elevate, for not even that long, like 2 days last week. And also got a bit of work, as I mentioned in Sunday's episode. Had to help out one of my dad's friends, doing a bit of gardening. Basically, it's actually pretty. It was pretty like heavy duty stuff. It was like I had to do a lot of shoveling, a lot like I had to shovel like I had to dig like loads of holes to plant hedges. Then I had to shovel 2 tons of stones and lay down like black sheet to put the stones onto for the hedges. So it was pretty body straining work, but it was good all the same. It was a bit of other exercise to keep up my fitness over the course of my break week. So and I also got paid, so that was a plus as well. I also went out with my mates and all last week. I played football, went cycling loads, but yeah, so I was definitely kept busy. It's not like if I can't run, there's nothing else for me to do. There was a lot to do, but yeah, as I said, I riced. My leg healed fully. I don't feel it at all anymore. But yeah, I'm happy about that, and I'm very very happy that I was able to run this week. Because as I said, I'm going back with the team on Tuesday. I wanted to be pretty fit going back to be able to show off my hard work when I get back. So that's pretty much all I have to talk about before we get into the week of fitness. So let's just week of training, sorry. So let's just get straight into it. Monday, as you all know, 50-minute run, 9.55k. 5 minutes 18 seconds per kilometer, or 5.93 miles at 8 minutes 32 seconds per mile. First half of the run was alright because I'd done it with one of my mates, but he had to go for the second half of the run because he doesn't run that much, and basically he just done 25 minutes. So the second half on my own was really bad. It was only a slow run because it was only a run getting back into it after the week break. But that's my excuse for that run. 9.55k, 518 per kilometer isn't too bad. But yeah, I didn't feel great at all, so my excuse for that is it being my first run after the week off. Monday was really, really hot. Monday and Tuesday this week were actually the 2 hottest days of the year. No, that was last week, but it was still pretty hot this on Monday. It was 21 degrees Celsius with 75% humidity. But after Tuesday, it did start to get a lot cooler over the week, so we'll get onto that now in a minute. And I am comparing this to episode 22. So we're currently on episode 26 of the podcast. This is episode 22 that I'm comparing it to, and because obviously last Sunday I didn't run, and then the Thursday's episodes in between. And even though I didn't run last week, I'd still done an episode, the Jakob Ingebrigtsen episode, last Sunday. So that's why it's such a 4 episodes gap between the 2 weeks I'm comparing. So Monday of episode 22, I'm just gonna call it. How long ago was that? 2 weeks ago. But I'm just going to call it, comparing it to episode 22. So Monday of episode 22, 50 minutes, 9.74k, 5 minutes flat per kilometer, or 6.05 miles, 18 minutes, 16 seconds, 8 minutes, 16 seconds per mile, sorry. Felt okay, legs were a bit heavy, and it was raining. It was a decent run overall. I remember that run very clearly. So that run was definitely a lot better than this Monday's run. So yeah, that's because I had a good week that week. As I said, that was the week where I set my 5k PB, my new 5k PB, and had my furthest week of training ever. So Tuesday was a session this week, 4 by 3 minutes on with 90 seconds recovery between each. I was meant to, the day that I decided last Tuesday, the day that I decided to take my rest, I was actually supposed to do this session when the pain was actually really bad. I was supposed to do this 4 by 3 minutes on with 90 seconds recovery. I was meant to do this session, so came to 18 minutes altogether. So 3.88k with 4 minutes 38 seconds per kilometer, or 2.41 miles with 7 minutes 28 seconds per mile. Really, really terrible session. Felt horrible. I got up really early for this one. I got up like at 7:30. I was out the door by 8:30, back at 9:15. About 9:15, I was back after this session. But yeah, I don't think that played any factor into the session getting up so early. I just felt really bad. After Monday's run, I was a bit stiff. my legs and my body just weren't moving or working properly. And yeah, it felt really slow and really heavy, especially in the leg area. But it was also very hot. It was 25 degrees Celsius with 72% humidity. So that is madness. For Ireland, that's like the closest I'm gonna get to a holiday this year. Anyway, this Tuesday, last Tuesday was my 5k time trial, so I can't really compare it to that. But I can't really compare anything to that because that's probably my best race or best time trial ever. So I'm chuffed at that. Wednesday, I remember I said there was a few things that played a factor into this week of training. Wednesday was one of them days. I had work, and when I said the work was like body training, it was like really hard. Like I never like nap. I never nap. Like I never fall asleep during the day. But no matter how early I get up, I never nap early during the day. But last week anyway, when I was working, the day that I was working, what day was that? That was it Wednesday? It was Tuesday or Wednesday. I came home, I was absolutely knackered, and I ended up napping for about till about 10 o'clock. I came home at about 4, had dinner, had a shower and all, and napped for about 4 hours. So yeah, it is pretty body straining. So Wednesday had work again, and I didn't go out for my run, mainly because my injury was kind of in the back of my mind, and I didn't want to overdo it, just getting back in after a week break, and I was actually absolutely shattered. So that's another reason why I didn't run on Wednesday. So moving on from Wednesday, we have Thursday, which is a 50-minute run, 9.84k, 5 minutes 7 seconds per kilometer, or 6.12 miles at 8 minutes 13 seconds per mile. Went out late because if you follow me on the Little Running Irishman of the official Instagram, you'll see, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll probably be able to see. No, you actually can't. In the back there, I got a new computer, and I was literally spent the whole day trying to set it up from 9 in the morning till 12 at night. Literally tried to setting it up and getting things downloaded and ready because I had a few issues with it. I will end up recording a podcast on it when I get a webcam for the monitor. But yeah, literally spent the whole day recording and not recording, trying to set up the computer. So that's why I went out late. I went out at about 8 and came back at about 8:59. But I felt really good on this run. Didn't stretch that much, but it was a really decent run overall, and I was really happy with it. Thursday was 15 degrees Celsius with 75% humidity. So as I said, it did get cooler over the course of the week. Wednesday was even raining when I was out working. So yeah, it did get cooler over the course of the week compared to Monday's 21 degrees Celsius and Tuesday's 25 degrees Celsius. But comparing it to episodes 22, Thursday is 50 minutes run again, 9.69k, 5 minutes 10 seconds per kilometer, so 3 seconds faster there, or 6.02 miles, 8 minutes 19 seconds per mile. I remember last Thursday I did that with my mate. So yeah, that made that run a bit easier and made it good overall. But this Thursday, nonetheless, was a better run. So Friday was a rest day, as y'all know, but didn't get much of a rest. Was up early once again for work. For the work I got, obviously, it was like, I'm not even saying this. It was me and my dad's mate, and I had to do a large portion of it. I literally done like everything. He'd tell me what to do. He was like the brains, I was like the muscle. Even though I'm not strong at all. But just for this example, basically I had to do everything. But I didn't mind it. I was getting paid, and it kept me busy. And I'd just be sitting around the house, except for my run. I'd just be sitting around the house anyway. So I was happy with it. Also, the money can go back into podcasts in a way, like upgrading the computer and getting the webcam and all. So, as well, listener support, any donations are accepted. They all go back into the podcast. Little quick plug there. But yeah, Friday had a bit of work. It was this was one of the heavier days of work. A lot of shoveling. Had to shovel a ton of stone, literally 1 ton of stone. Had to shovel out of a bag on Friday, so it was pretty heavy stuff, but it was good. Kept me busy, and yeah, it was good that I was on a rest day, so I didn't have to worry about a run either. Saturday session yesterday, I done a 15-minute tempo, which is 3.76k and 4 minutes flat per kilometer, or 2.32 miles at 6 minutes 20 27 seconds per mile. Felt okay, not the best session, but got it done. Even though I was only doing 15 minutes, I only got 4 minutes per kilometer, which when I was doing my 5k time trial, I got 3:45 per kilometer. That was for 18 minutes 48 seconds. So definitely didn't feel great this Saturday. Felt okay, but just went out and got the session done. Saturday was 11 degrees Celsius with 78% humidity, so definitely getting cooler. Saturday was pretty chilly, especially later on in the day. But I don't think I can compare this Saturday. No, I can't compare this Saturday to episode 22 Saturday, because for that episode, if you remember, I done 4x1k on the grass. So moving on then to today, Sunday, which is 60 minutes, 10.81k, 5 minutes 33 seconds per kilometer, or 6.72 miles, 8 minutes 56 seconds per mile. Didn't feel good at all. Went pretty slow and just got it done. Today was 11 degrees Celsius with 82% humidity, so pretty humid, but yeah, it doesn't feel warm outside at all. So comparing that to episode 22's Sunday, we got 11.42k with 5 minutes 15 seconds per k, or 7.10 miles and 8 minutes 27 seconds per mile. Felt really bad. This is when my right glute started hurting me when I got up early and started stretching. But yeah, Sunday was definitely a better run, and Sunday was a better run. So moving on to total kilometers, we have 37.84 kilometers for this week, or 23.51 miles. Now, that is one of the lowest I've ever done over this quarantine, and that is mainly because if I had ran on Wednesday, because I had work. Obviously, I have a rest day every Friday, so that doesn't matter. But if I'd ran on Wednesday, I would have done an extra 9 to 10k, so that would have left me at about 46 to 50 kilometers for this week. But I didn't. That's just how it went. But I'm happy with the week of training overall. Happy I was able to do it, because as I said, back with the team on Tuesday. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. Can't wait to see how fit I've actually gotten. I know I've gotten pretty fit from my 5k time trial, but just want to see how fit I've actually gotten. Back with the team, buzzing with that. I'll keep you guys up to date on that in Thursday's episode. I think we're having Owen Housley back on for Thursday's episode. Just a catch up, and yeah, just a chat about just about anything and everything. So make sure to tune in on Thursday for that episode. Buzzing to get back with the team. Bit of banter, bit of catching up and all to do, so it'll be great crack. And question of the week. So the question I'm going to answer is from the actually winner of the giveaway last week. Yeah, it was last Sunday's winner of the giveaway. Sam Schubert. He asked me, when did I actually start running? Now, I know since I've started the podcast, I've had a lot new viewers and listeners due to me starting YouTube and just growing as a podcast as well. If you want to hear about me getting really in depth about me, my running career as a whole and when I started running everything, go back to the first and second episode of the podcast. You can find them over on any podcast app. Give them a listen there if you want to hear the full details. But I started running in first year of secondary school, and basically we done a bleep test in school. It's basically, if you don't know what the bleep test is, pretty sure everyone does, because pretty much everyone's done it. It's basically the paceogram fitness test, like they call it in America. But you basically have cones, about a cone here and a cone about 20 meters away, and but yeah, you basically run back and forth from the cones. You start at level 1, and as you go up the levels, it starts getting faster. The beep starts getting faster and faster and faster. You need to get back and forth from each cone before the beep. So I done that in first year for the very first time, and I got a score of 10. Then my PE teacher recommended me to join a running team. So I was like, yeah, alright, might as well. Asked my mum and dad. Well, actually, no, I didn't do that first. I knew someone in my class that done running out for Clonliffe Harriers. I'm repping them right now. Colin Farrell's out in Santry. And yeah, then when I asked him if I could like go out and check it out with him, he said, yeah, no problem. I asked my mum and dad, and they weren't too pleased with me going all the way out there pretty much every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, because it's a bit of a trek. But once I convinced them to actually let me go out and have a look to see if I liked it, got there for the first sessions, didn't have a great first experience with it, didn't make friends there really quickly because yeah, I just didn't like. Now I've loads of mates there. I absolutely love it now. But my first experience there, didn't really like it. Didn't make a lot of friends real quickly, which I usually do, to be fair. Found it really, really hard because I feel like when you're running around playing football or running around with your mates, yeah, running's it's still kind of hard. But once you actually join a running team, when everything is just running, you don't expect it to be how hard it actually is, and that puts a lot of people off because the amount of people that have come and gone from my team over the years I've been there is mad. Because not only do you train for physical fitness, you also train for mental strength in training to try to get over the mental barriers of running and make you mentally tougher. So obviously when you first start, you don't have that mental toughness and that you gain over the years of training and hard work. So yeah, I found it really hard physically and mentally, and I didn't have a lot of friends there for when I first joined. So yeah, it wasn't a great first experience, but I stuck with it because like my uncle bought me spikes and I paid the year insurance basically, so I had to stick with it and I couldn't bail now. And then I'm glad obviously that I stuck with it now. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I stuck with it now for nearly 5 years, so absolutely love running there at Clonard Farriers now. And yeah, that is how I start running and my basically first experience with it. So back with the team on Tuesday, as I mentioned. That's pretty much all I have to for this episode of the podcast. Very, very short episode. Some of the episodes usually are shorter, but don't have a lot to talk about this week. Next week I'll have a lot more to talk about due with being back with the team. So make sure to come back next Sunday to hear about my training with the first sessions back with the team. The reason I'm back with the team is because Leo Varadkar, the man himself, basically the Taoiseach of Ireland, basically said that the restrictions were like softened a little bit. You can travel with anywhere within the country, within your county, sorry, and you can be in bigger groups. So now, yeah, with Clonliff, they put up on their Instagram that we can do groups of 15, which is perfect for our group. So yeah, that is how I'm back with the team. But make sure to check out my TikTok, which is Little Running Irishman, over on TikTok. I'm addicted to posting on there right now. I absolutely love it. Make sure to go over, like my post, give me a follow, comment on one of them saying you're from the podcast, and I'll make sure to reply to you. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Also, turn on the bell notifications because actually I'll get them here. Doing a review on the Nike Zoom Streak 7s. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that I'm holding them here now in my hand. Really looking forward to this review, so make sure to turn on the bell notifications. Actually, I ran in these twice this week for my 2 sessions, so make sure to turn on the post notifications so you'll be notified when I upload that review. Also be over on my Instagram when that goes live. And also, if you're listening to this as a podcast, make sure to go to the Anchor website, look up my channel name, the Little Running Irishman Podcast. There'll be a little button there that says listener support. Make sure to click it. You can donate 99 cents, $4.99, or $14.99, whichever donation is possible for you. It would be highly, highly appreciated. And as I said, with the computer over there, it all goes back into the podcast to make the quality better for all you listeners and or watchers now that we're up on YouTube. So as I said, thank you all so much for watching. Definitely a short episode, but no matter the length, I love recording them. Anyway, yeah, as I said, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.